Hey guys, it's Isabel. So I know it's been months since I have posted on this channel. I just want to say thank you to those of you who have subscribed over the months and have stayed subscribed to me even though I haven't been posting. I've tried to keep up with my Instagram that is connected to this YouTube account, and it's just been so hard. I've been giving so much energy to my beauty channel. I really struggled with keeping up with this one just because I want to put out the best content for you guys, and it's just hard, you know, with time and other commitments. It was hard for me, but I have resolved to keep up with this channel. I wanted to make this video because I have been a vegan for 1 year now. I became a vegan March 30th of 2015. So it has been exactly a year, a few days over, and I wanted to make this video just to tell you guys about my experience and to just explain to you guys exactly how I made it this far. And you know, to be honest, it feels like I've been a vegan way longer than a year, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean that this lifestyle has come so easily to me and so natural that I feel like I've been a vegan my whole life. I was a huge carnivore before, a huge fish eater, huge everything. You know, I was completely opposite to veganism. I loved fruit and I loved salads, but never was I completely plant-based. I always ate beef. I loved burgers. I was literally completely 100% non-vegan. I always felt like when I worked out, or you know, however hard I worked out, I would never see the results I wanted. I always felt like I always had a layer of fat over everything, no matter how clean I used to eat. So I used to eat, you know, lean meat, chicken, salmon. I was just eating what basically paleos eat. So I was very high fat, high saturated fat, low carb. But I just never felt like I was completely 100% healthy. I always felt like I needed an extra push. So my mom became vegan before me for health reasons. I've spoken about this before, but I completely shunned everything she would make. I would be so mad when she made like a vegan meal and I would not eat it. I'd be so mad, like my whole family was mad at her. And then I came across Freely the banana girl. If you guys, obviously if you're a vegan, you probably know who Freely is. Came across her videos because one of my viewers on my beauty channel recommended her to me and said, hey, you know, you're eating kind of bad. You're eating no carbs. Can you go check out Freely, you know? You need to carb the fuck up. And I remember this comment so vividly. It was like on an old, that video is like deleted now, but it was on an old fitness video of mine where I was talking about my diet and nutrition and my workouts. And this girl told me, carb the fuck up. And I just remember, I was like, that is so rude. Like, why would you say that? Like, you know, you're so rude. Like, I ignored her. But then I looked up Freely and she was vegan, like my mom. And she just, I loved, you know, her body was just so toned and she looked so fit and so vibrant and so energetic. I just started watching her videos, and then slowly, I, you know, started saying, you know, maybe my mom's not crazy. You know, there's a lot of people, and I started finding all these vegan videos on YouTube, and I was like, my mom's not crazy. There's other people who eat like this, and they're doing great. I got food poisoning the week of my 21st birthday from cheese pizza. I had cut out meat a few months earlier, but I decided to go completely vegan after that incident with the cheese pizza when I couldn't even eat or drink on my 21st birthday. And I haven't looked back. I am completely in love with this lifestyle. And I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you it's super easy. The problem I have is not necessarily my willpower, but the problem I have had continuously, and I'm being 100% honest, is I've had issues with finding vegan options. You know, when I go to restaurants, it's not really hard. Even fast food places, I can kind of go vegan by eating fries, but fries are not the best thing for you. So, you know, I pretty much try to stay away from fast food. I really don't do fast food anymore. But, you know, whenever you're busy, you're on the go, you're traveling, it's really hard to maintain a vegan diet. I have found ways to make it work, but there have been times when I've ordered stuff at restaurants and it has cheese in it. Or I'm eating airplane food, it has cheese in it. That's probably my biggest issue, and it's my biggest thing that I'm so angry with society with, is that the fact they have to put cheese in everything. And even when I said no cheese, they ended up putting cheese on it. And it happens so often, and I end up either like picking the cheese out and eating stuff on accident. Because cheese to me, like, I don't see the appeal of it anymore. I think it you know, dairy makes you very fat. Dairy makes you gain weight. It's full of hormones. It's gross. I mean, the flavor of cheese is good, but it's not something that I'm like craving, that I want to eat cheese, like never. But it just happens. When I travel in California, I love it because there are just so many vegan options. So many. It's just everywhere. In Louisiana, I used to go to school in New Orleans. Forget it. Don't get me wrong, there are many vegan restaurants in New Orleans. There are a lot. There's probably a lot more vegan restaurants in New Orleans than here in Dallas, where I live. But when you go to like a typical restaurant in New Orleans and you say you don't want meat or cheese on it, they look at you like you escaped the mental institution or you're the devil. The two most difficult things is finding options and just dealing with people. But you know, to be honest, I really don't care what people think anymore. Enough about the negative stuff. I mean, obviously, life isn't perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. You know, I'm learning. And I think that's the most important part. The main thing that I've noticed as a vegan for 1 year is that I do not get sick. I used to get colds every winter. I used to get colds all the time. If I went and I stepped outside without shoes or anything in the cold, or even if it was windy or rainy, I would get sick. Now it's like my body just doesn't get sick. My immune system has just gotten so good. I don't get sick. I don't get runny noses. I don't get anything, you know? And I notice that a lot of non-vegans, and I'm not picking on non-vegans, but really non-vegans get sick a lot. A few people I know, they get sick all the time. Even if I stayed out at night in the cold without a jacket, nothing. Even if I was around a bunch of sick people, would not get sick. Another thing that I found is a benefit is that I don't struggle to stay slim. Now, keep in mind, this past year in 2015, I had a lot of difficult times where I was just eating and eating. I stopped working out for like 3 or 4 months in the fall when I went back to school, and I was in a really bad shape for those months last semester. I didn't work out. I didn't eat super healthy vegan. I would eat vegan, but it wasn't like fruits and veggies. It was like in processed food. And keep in mind, processed food can be vegan, but it's not the healthiest for you. And I was just eating a lot of junk. And people are like, there's no such thing as vegan junk. Yes, there is. I wasn't taking care of myself. I wasn't exercising. And I was able to stay slim. If I had done that as a non-vegan, I would be way bigger now, you guys. I would be so chubby now. Now, I know, like, I'm not the slimmest person. I'm not the most toned person. I'm really working hard on my body, and I'm exercising every day now. And I'm being very, very diligent with my food and eating the most nutritious food I can. But a few months ago, I was not like this, and I maintained. I mean, obviously my stomach wasn't the flattest, and I didn't, have a six-pack or anything. And I really don't have the fastest metabolism. I mean, if I eat shit, I'm going to get fat. It's the fact that my diet, despite that it was so bad for a vegan, it was still better than me eating meat and cheese. And I was able to stay slim, which is completely different from me a few years ago. I was running every day. I was exercising really hard. I was paleo, I guess you could say. And I just did not shed the pounds that easily. The pounds just stayed on me. I was slim and I was toned, but I know that I could have, looking at me now, and I'm older, I was probably like 19 at the time. Now I'm 22. I know it's not a huge difference, but if I would have been vegan then, working out as hard as I was, I would have been like tip-top shape. So another benefit I have found over the past year is that whenever you make a lifestyle change is drastic. And I'm not saying that being a vegan is drastic. I mean, going from a complete meat eater to a vegan is pretty drastic. If you think about it, it has allowed me to really get to know myself, get to know my body, because I wasn't just eating because I was hungry. I had to think about what I was eating. I had to think, even when I was at a low point in my life last year, I was still able to say, Isabel, is this good for you? Should you really be eating this? And I really questioned myself a lot. So now that I'm here, now it's, a few months later, I really do appreciate my body more, and I really work with my body, and I listen to my body. Don't really have to calorie restrict. I'm not eating 1,200, 1,600 calories a day. I'm eating to my heart's content because it's good food, it's nutrition, and also staying active and working out. I feel like I can eat anything I want, you know, and I think that's the beauty of it. And also my skin, all I have really is concealer right now near my eyes because genetically I have dark circles. And to be honest, I stay up all night basically. I really don't sleep that much, which is bad. I'm working on it. But my skin has stayed so clear. The only time I get breakouts is really the time of the month. I used to get like a bunch of like bumps up here and up on my forehead, and now it's just like I don't get any of that. I'm not the cleanest, most diligent vegan, and there's lots of vegans out there, especially on YouTube, which I aspire to be like them. They eat so well. They eat so nutritious, they eat fully raw. Me, I eat to my convenience and to my heart's content. Now, I usually do raw tofu, but it's not like I do it every day. I'm very relaxed now. Before I used to get a lot of anxiety. Anxiety was kind of like a really difficult thing. And I've noticed that as I've eaten more raw fruits and veggies that I don't get anxious anymore, I don't get mood swings. Don't feel bad after I eat. I feel rejuvenated, refreshed, energized after I eat. I just love this way of life, and I wish I had come into this lifestyle sooner, you know? I wish I was raised vegan because it really is a beautiful way of life. Probably the main reason I became vegan was for the animals. Nothing beats helping the earth, helping the environment, helping the animals. It just baffles me how people are okay with taking a life for a burger, for 15 minutes. You're taking a whole life for food, for a meal. And I just don't know how people are still okay with it. And if you're not a vegan, and if you're watching this to get inspiration to be a vegan, I'm just telling you this from a realistic standpoint. You know, I'm not some kind of new age hippie. I just want you to know that veganism is for everyone. And even if you didn't go about it the right way before and you've stopped being a vegan and you're thinking about coming back in, try it again. Just keep trying. And this is something that I really, you know, the vegan community on YouTube, I've noticed that there's a lot of animosity between vegans, and if that turns you off, don't let it turn you off. If one person's lifestyle doesn't work, you can find a lifestyle that works for you. And I think that after a year of being vegan, I've noticed that I have found a lifestyle that works for me, and I've found foods that are good for me. My body reacts well to these foods. And if you guys are vegans already, I hope that this just inspires you guys to continue your journey. Obviously, I'm still learning. I'm not perfect, and I have no intention of ever leaving this lifestyle. Have no intention of ever going back. Obviously, I'm doing research every day. I'm reading up on food, on nutrition every single day. It's something that I don't stop learning. If you guys have any tips and tricks for me, leave them down below, comment, leave me your feedback. And I'm going to have more nutritional videos coming up soon, more food videos. I know there's tons of what I eat in a day videos on YouTube for vegans, so if you guys want to see that, let me know. If you also want to see some kind of other video, I'll maybe do more tips and tricks videos for you guys. Please comment them down below as well. I do have a beauty channel, and it's makeup, beauty, everything, confidence, all that stuff. I will link it down below. And I've actually recently switched to using only cruelty-free and or vegan products. I wanted to do that on this channel, but I thought, you know what, might as well do it on my main channel because there's really no reason for me to continue supporting companies and continue supporting animal testing through my makeup. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you'd like to see more videos from me, please subscribe so that I can continue doing this and spreading the vegan message, spreading the message of love, of positivity, and of self-love and love for the earth and the animals, because it's just such an important message. If I could at least inspire one of you guys to turn vegan and shun the cruelty, then that's enough for me. Seeing you guys subscribe to me, it really does inspire me to create more. And so subscribe to me so that I can see that there's actually people out there who are willing to watch me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video, which will hopefully be very soon. Love you guys. One thing is that people will think you're crazy. People will question what you're doing. Oh my god, there is a bee on my camera. See, this is why I shouldn't have filmed outside. Okay, bye. I'll be right back.